Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Slightly different setting than usual. We're in our house. I'm sitting at our dining table actually. We shot a completely how to do your hair at home, how to cut a pixie as a quarantine maintenance video. And we guided every step, just how to hold the scissors, how to work the clippers, everything. I did it with my wife, Kim. You can check it out over here. But as you can hear, I didn't mute it. The microphone wasn't on during the complete recording. Yeah, I messed it up. But the footage is so good, I don't want to throw it away or waste it. We can't do it again because the hair is cut already. I'm going to narrate the whole video. I'm going to talk you through it step by step, and hopefully it'll help you maintain your pixie, your partner's pixie, your friend's pixie. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that down here somewhere. Hit the blue thumbs up if you like the video and ring the bell if you want to know when I upload something new. Now let's get started by moving me over so I can fit in the screen along or with the video, like so. Here's Kim. Put a cape on your client. You can use a towel or something else, or wear an old t-shirt, which you can throw in the laundry afterwards because all the little hairs have started itching. Make sure it's fully tight. Start with combing through the hair, and we're going to start simple, easy steps. The more difficult ones are in the following parts of the video. We're going to do it in 2 steps, just cleaning around the ears and the neck, so it looks like you've just had a haircut, or it's decent at least. And the second part is we're going to shorten the nape or neckline with clippers, work a little around the ears, the thinning shears on top, and trim the bangs. So that's further on in the video, I believe after a minute or 8. First is, find the point where the ear starts, over here, and always angle the sideburns and just cut it carefully, step by step. You can always go a little shorter, longer, isn't possible. Cut it with the end of the scissors. If you work the scissors, cut it with this part. Hope this didn't look too dirty. And just work your way through, step by step, easy, so you can always correct a mistake or go a little shorter. As you can see, I made it a little bit choppy over there and corrected it with the scissors by going in. You can use all kind of scissors, just not the type of kitchen scissors, the big ones. They're sharp and small, you can use them. Comb the hair over the ears again and repeat the same steps from behind the ear to the front. Just very careful snips. Oh, we moved it out of the way. This was part 1. Let's continue with the next part. Here we are on the other side. This side we're going to do it with the clippers. Make sure the lever is up. Find the same place behind the ear and put the clippers in. You have to work the clippers upside down. So the blade on top, so you can work down. If you work in a downward shape, you'll get the cleanest and, well, straightest line. As you can see, this is way more easy than working the scissors, but the risk of making a mistake is bigger. If you go too high, it just doesn't look that good. Comb the hair over the ear, just like on the other side, and work your way around. You can put the clippers on top of the earlobe. No, this isn't the earlobe, the top of the ear. And just gently push it. Don't push it too hard because you'll hurt the client. And get rid of all the hairs that stick over. Comb the hair over again. As you can see, we removed everything. It's a bit out of focus, but hope it works. Clean up behind the ear as well by folding the ear. With your index finger, fold the ear to the front. And then just clean the lines back here. Not too much, always baby steps. You can always go in and cut off a little more. Letting it grow doesn't work. Here I hold the hair down with the comb, and everything that sticks out that looks a bit uneven, you can cut that off to get a nice natural looking neckline. As you can see, it isn't all the way straight. That's too muscular or manly, and by working it this way it's more feminine. Now we're continuing on to the nape. How to clean the nape line and get rid of all the, well, I call them dirty hairs. Kim doesn't like the word, but the darker hairs that stick out. This side we're going to work the scissors again. Hold them flat against the skin and just gently close them, and they'll almost do the same as using the clippers, but if you don't have clippers you can work it with the scissors. That's why I explain it in both ways. The other side we're going to do it with clippers. Find the hairline, the natural hairline, and get rid of, well, some people call it a mullet. The Tiger King has a mullet, Kim doesn't, but it just doesn't feel clean, and cut it off in that line, working your way up a little to the side, so round them off. Next, if you're going to use the razor, you can just use one to normally shave your legs, or where your friend or husband shaves his beard. Make sure the skin is a little wet, and then just shave it off, everything that's dark and short. Some razors have a single blade on the opposite side, which is a little sharper and easy to use, so you can clean up all the lines. And there you have it. You can see I left a little bit of a nudge. Well, I think that's the correct word. And we're going to get that out with the scissors. Just correct it. It doesn't have to be completely clean straight, because like I said before, that's a little masculine and straight. You see when she folds her head up again, she's looking down. It looks pretty straight, but not too groomed. I don't know if that's the word. On the other side, we're going to do the same trick with the clippers. Again, hold them in the upside down position. You just go in. First, make the line straight, and make sure the lever is all the way open. So if you turn it around, it has to be up. Here I explained the same in the video, just work your way down to get a clean line. There we go, get it in. As you can see, this is way more easy again than with the scissors, but if you don't have clippers, you can work it in the other way. It's quite satisfying to watch. That was that. These were the easy parts, cleaning up around the ears, neckline, and we're going to continue with some more difficult or harder steps. Here we are. We're going to work the back with the clippers. You need a good pair and some longer combs. We start with a number 8. Actually, it doesn't really matter which lengths or numbers, so if you don't have a number 8, you can always use a number 6 or 7, or if it's in millimeters, you can start with a 25, 26, just a long guard. But in the video we used 8, it's 25 millimeters or a full inch. That's where we're going to start with. First, comb the hair all the way down and go in from the bottom all the way to the top. And what's important is that you make a straight line. So if this is the head shape, go in and work your way straight up. Don't follow the head, because you'll just keep on going shorter and shorter. Straight up. Like so. You can do the same on the sides. Just work your way straight up. As you can see, there's not too much coming off. It's pretty safe. If you find out you're cutting too much, we're going to show how you can correct that later on in the video. Again, just You're working straight up, straight up. Don't follow the head shape. Straight. Even if you're working around the ears, make sure that, well, in this case, right side of the clippers is closer to the skin than the left side. So angle it like this. I'll use my phone to show. If these are guards, make sure you do it like this. So this side is closer to the head than this. And then we switch to number 6, lever fully open. So it's in a horizontal position. Go in and stop, well, about ½ an inch or a good 1 or 2 centimeters down of where you stopped with the number 8. So if you stopped over here with an 8, you can stop here with 6 and go out over there. So straight up and out, straight up and out. As you can see, I make these movements all the time, up and out. Here we go. By doing this, you can make a nice graduation, so you don't see lines. Her hair is bleached and dark underneath, but it's another obstacle. But for this video, actually, it worked out pretty good because I can show you what happened. Here I'll show you where the 6, 8 and even shorter is going to be without showing lines. Next, number 4. Lever again fully open. Straight up and out. Again, ½ an inch or 1 or 2 centimeters down from where we did that last time. Straight up and out. As you can see, it's getting pretty short in the back. And what I forgot to mention is when you close the lever, so in a vertical position, it's a little bit shorter. You can do these steps in between. So number 8, lever open, number 8, lever closed, number 6 open, 6 closed, 4 open, 4 closed, and further on. That was the clipper part. Just try it out. You can always use a shorter guard afterwards. Don't go too short in one go. Next up, the thinning shears. If you have these, put in a comb, lift the hair up, go in and cut it one time. Just once. Don't do it twice or 3 times because you'll just make the hair short. By doing it one time, you'll remove some bulk or get some hairs out instead of making it shorter, and it'll look flatter and more fresh. So, well, actually just like you had a haircut, which is the case. Just up, and every time you moved up a bit, make a cut. Not too much, baby steps. You can always repeat if you think it's too bulky or too big, but one cut at a time. Now I'm going to show you how to do that on the top. We have 2 ways of doing this. The first one is pretty safe. The second one removes a little bit more hair. Comb the hair forwards, go in with the shears, cut once, slide forward twice. Then comb through. Everything that came off, show the client, throw it in their lap just to make them scared. Repeat these steps. Always check if it's getting thinner. You can see there's a little bit of short and long parts in there. Not too much. This is the second technique. Get a section, about 2 fingers wide max, or 1, lift it up, go in with the shears about a centimeter or half an inch above the roots, and make 1 cut. Lay the section down, pick up the next one, repeat the steps. Every time, just 1 cut and repeat. So lift it up, cut 1 centimeter above the roots, lay it back, next section. Repeat the steps until you think it's thin enough and looking fresh enough. With doing this, you'll remove bulky hair and it's easier to style. And in Kim's case, it makes the color work out a little better as well, because you see lighter and darker sections, because it's bleached and dyed a couple of weeks ago and she doesn't want to repeat the steps too often. Here I explain what's going on with the thinning shears in the back. It's actually the same as working the clippers. We're going to remove every line we made. As you can see, there is not much line showing, but if you want to perfect the cut and have the guts to do this, it'll make it even better. Work straight up again. Don't follow the head shape, because you'll just end up making the hair shorter and the crown area will start poofing and it will look like a pineapple on your head. So go in, 1 cut, move up, 1 cut. Here I'm going a little fast for you, but slow and steady wins the race. So get your comb in, repeat the steps gently, and go in another time when you think it isn't short enough or too bulky. But you can't make it shorter. Actually, you can make it shorter, you can't make it longer. The same on the sides. The only important thing is you section off the top hair and comb it forwards. You don't have to put clips in it or something, because it'll lay there. If it's long enough, if it's short enough, it won't get in the way. This delicious coffee. Here I repeat the steps a little more often to get the bulk around the ears a little shorter. And when you're done, we're going to the most, well, frightening part for lots of you guys and customers. We're going to trim the bangs. Again, 2 ways, one safe way and the other one is a bit drastic, but with the best results. Safe one is open your shears, scissors, not the thinning shears, the normal scissors. Slide them in without closing till you're halfway the head above the nose, and then gently close them and open them, not completely, just a little, to remove the ends. And as you can see, the first part is short, and you repeat the steps again and again until you're done. Baby steps, because if you do this too drastically, you'll just end up cutting bangs and she'll have bangs halfway her forehead and you have to sleep on the couch tonight. Now for the more drastic approach on cutting bangs. Comb all the hair straight forward, and in her case we want to have straight bangs, and set a guide just above the eyebrow or a little below. If the hair dries or if it's styled, it always ends up going a little bit up and look shorter. So again, with this one, not too much. You can always go in and cut it a little shorter. Set a guide, check if the length is enough, and then start cutting straight across. Again, not closing the scissors completely, just use a small part. Here I explain it even better. If you're halfway, go in from the other side, find your guide, and connect the other side. As you can see, it's pretty straight. Doesn't have to be perfect because she styles it a little bit messy. 3/4 of the way there. If you think there's a little bit of a nudge in or it isn't perfect, you can hold the scissors in an upward position, use the tips and just get a few cuts in there to remove the line if it's a too hard line. Like so. Now for this last part, comb through again, because you move the hairs while cutting it. And as you can see, small cuts, small steps, correcting, checking, almost straight. There's a little bit of a sticking out thingy. Eyebrows, it's gone. Now check if the sides are connected. Good enough. For that, I'm going to turn her head so you can see it as well. Here I'm telling her I'm going to turn her head so you can see it as well. Actually, there was a last bit of hair I had to remove. Correct the lines. Checking it again. There we are. See, this side is almost connected. I just don't like the hairs around here. It's not a clean line. Go in and make it clean. There we are on the other side. It's the same. As you can see, we swooped our bangs to the left for her. That's how she wears it. She doesn't always wear it straight. A little bit to the side. And we have to make a clean line over here as well. What's important is you keep, well, actually I think it's important, a nice shape at the sideburns. So make sure there's always a good angle. Find an angle within the natural hairline or a little bit longer, and then cut straight across. And there you have it. A nice, cleaned up pixie at home. Not too much risk, easy to do, I think. And if you practice the steps with shorter and longer guards, you can get quite the same result. Even if the hair is a little longer or shorter, or a bit of a different model style, these steps you can use with every haircut. Well guys, let me know what you think, if it worked out. We're pretty curious, Kim as well. If you tried it and how the results were, you can let me know down here. If you want to send a photo, you can do it through Instagram. My account is here on my profile. It's hoofdzaak HFDZK .women's barbershop on Instagram, but I'll link it down below as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give a blue thumbs up if you like it, and ring the bell if you want to know when I upload something new. And see you guys in the next video.